How's it going, everyone? So today I wanted to talk about the link and the connection between operations, sales, and marketing. Most people that I would talk to every day that are business owners, they would say they have a sales problem. Their salespeople are not closing the number of leads or bringing on the number of new customers that they need to bring on. So they have a sales problem, or they have a marketing problem. Like we need to have more leads. So it's either like the more leads problem, or they're not closing in a high enough ratio, or they're just not bringing on the right type of customers. Whatever it might be, it's most of the time a marketing or a sales problem. You'll hardly ever hear of anybody pointing the finger back at themselves and saying, operationally, we suck. Operationally, we're not as good as we say we are. Operationally, we really can't satisfy our customers. Hardly ever do you hear anybody say that. So I think the first rule of any business is to make sure that if you're a beautician, that before you start doing any type of marketing, or if you're doing sales and that or whatever, that you make certain that you're good at your trade. If you're a plumber, before you start doing any type of marketing and sales, make sure operationally that you have a really good business and that you really care about your customers and you're exceeding their expectations. So honestly, it doesn't matter whatever you're doing. It all starts with the operations side. If we're not truly exceeding our customers' expectations, then you're never going to have what you expect to have or what you want to have on the marketing side and the sales side. You're always going to have, again, a sales and a marketing problem. And the problem is not those two areas. The problem is pointing back at yourself or the company, the operational side. You're a horrible provider. You're not providing exactly what your customers are needing, so you're not meeting their needs, and you're dang sure not exceeding their expectations. The best corporations in America, they are phenomenal at not only meeting the customer's needs, but exceeding their expectations. That's the best of the best. That's the sauce. That's the special sauce. If anybody's wanting that type of information, that is what the top companies in the U.S. are doing. They exceed expectations. One of the best and the hardest companies I ever worked for was numerous years ago. It was Enterprise Rent-A-Car. So a lot of people that get into sales, or they want to get into management, they'll hire these younger people to have their first job in sales and marketing or sales and management, and that'll be their first job, working for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. So if anybody is listening to this and you had that type of job, please let me know. But man, they would run you to death. Like, our job was so extensive because we worked in so many different types of areas. You had operations that you were doing every day. You were an operations team member. You were having to do marketing. You were having to be a salesperson. If you were a branch manager, you were having to do everything. So kudos to those people that's actually had to take on that type of role to where you had to do everything. Again, sales and marketing, and that was all on you to do every day. But here was something that made Enterprise Rent-A-Car so successful. They had something called the Customer Service Quality Index. I think it's called CSQI. And basically what that was they had a way of grading, a grading criteria, so that when I put you in a car today, one of our representatives within the company is going to give you a call. Probably, I think, within the next 24 or 48 hours once you get out of the car. I don't remember what the time frame was. But during that phone call, the representative with Enterprise would ask you a set of questions. And then it would formulate this grading upon, okay, did that branch do what they were supposed to operationally? So when you were there, were you greeted, cordially? Did they make you feel very, very special? Did they sound inviting when you came there at the branch? And they're going to go through everything, basically until you got out of the car. How did you feel? And that was all on the operational side. So it didn't matter marketing, who we attracted there. It didn't matter the sales that we actually closed and we got them into that car. What really truly mattered is that the next time they would not have an issue coming back to that Enterprise Rent-A-Car location because they were fully and completely satisfied. They felt valued. So you in your business right now The most important thing that you can do right now today to say where we at as far as our grading criteria. The customers that we have, are they happy? The person that I'm bringing on today that's going to have our services, do we have a criteria that we're using to make sure that they are not satisfied, they're completely blown away? Because what's going to happen now is they're going to be a raving happy customer that you want to have. They're going to refer somebody else, or they're going to get on social and be like, wow, this company is so great to deal with. And that's what's lacking right now. A lot of businesses, we're forgetting that it's a personal touch that you have to have. And we don't have that anymore. We're missing that so much. So number one is focus on the operational side. The next part is marketing. Are we attracting the type of customer that we need to be attracting? Well, we don't know who we need to attract if we don't know who our target type of customers are, if we don't really understand their needs. And I'm going to get that from our operational team. I can start to gather, like, okay, operations, like how well are we actually taking care of the customers that we're, bringing on? Here's who we're bringing on, and here's what we're, how we're taking care of their needs. So operation has to learn what we can do. What are our capabilities? That's the word I'm looking for. What are our capabilities of what we actually can provide and do? Now I got a sales pitch. Now I got something I can market to the masses out there, so that I can find that type of person that's looking for those types of changes or those types of goals. Or whatever the objective is, I can say, hey, that's the target person I need to reach out to. But I wouldn't know to do that unless I first understood my customer. And the way I understand more about my customer is operationally, who are we satisfying? How are we satisfying those customers? So again, it does start at operations. Are they happy? I could be a jean manufacturer. And it sounds like, wow, I guess it does matter. Yeah, people are only going to buy your jeans. People are only going to want to supply or be a supplier of your jeans if you're actually able to provide good, high quality jeans. It's not only the jeans that look good on somebody's butt. It's not the only jeans that look good on the internet. No, it's the jeans that people's like raving about. Like, holy crap! I mean, I've had these jeans forever, right? Like they make me look great, and they're actually good quality jeans. So it's so close that we're sometimes forgetting that. So now my marketing team knows what type of people to reach out to. Now my sales team, that some people, when you're working with a certain company in the US, a lot of different companies, it's a horrible job to be in. It's a horrible job to be in. But with the right company that has things figured out operationally and on the marketing side, being in a sales position can be such a amazing job. Why? Because when marketing sends you that lead, you know that the wound has already been created. It is an open wound. They have a pain. They have that goal that they're trying to reach. My job's so easy now as a salesperson, and it should be. And if it's not, I'm going back to the owner and say, hey, we're doing a horrible job. Like, why are we getting and it is a lead problem then. That's when it truly is a lead problem. Because if they're not coming to me with this nagging pain, this irritation of yeah, I think I need to take care of it, then it's not being done correctly. It needs to go back to marketing, or we need to go back to the operations side. But once it comes to me as a sales side, I want that wound to be open, so that all I'm going to do, here's your visual, I'm going to go grab some dirt, and I'm going to take that dirt and I'm going to start to rub it in, and I want to create that urgency. You see that? That's urgency. I want to create that pain so that, no, we don't need to wait another 24 hours. Why? Well, hey, I need to talk to my husband. Okay, well, I don't understand. Why do you need to talk to your husband about this? I respect that, but is this something that you feel like he's going to need too? Because I thought we talked about that. This is something you both do need. Or, hey, maybe next week we'll talk again. Or, hey, can I get some more information? These are the standard objections. And a lot of that still goes back to the marketing side. Like, Is it really truly an urgency? So there's some small things that I can do now on the sales side. I can maybe throw in a discount, saying, hey, you give me, a 15-minute sales call where we're going to have a sales call together. I'm setting the stage. This is a sales call. I know you have a problem. I know you have an issue. Let's make sure that you're a good fit for us. So the sales job is really just qualifying. Let's make sure you're a good fit for us and we're a good fit for you. And then let's set the proper expectations of what needs to happen next. So as long as that door is open, then at the end of our phone call, we shouldn't hear so many objections. Because I've already found out from the very beginning, I do know Susie's going to have to talk to her husband. And I'm going to be very, very understanding of that. I'm really not going to question that much because I've already set the stage for that. I know that's going to have to be a decision they're going to talk about together. Or I know before, hey, Justin, my process is I really want to talk to other people too, but we are going to make our decision. It's going to be next Friday. Oh, great. Well, now I know I have a week. I have 7 days, and that's what they want to do. That's their process. But again, marketing should be getting it to me to where I can clearly identify, okay, here is the issue. Here are the problems. And they're like, yeah, you're right, Justin. These are all the problems I'm dealing with. And then I can be able to set out a path, a clear path that will meet their expectations. So a good example of this, I think a phenomenal analogy of this would be a gym owner. A gym owner, just like anybody across America right now that's looking for more clients to help out, more customers, they're wanting more signups at their gym. The first thing that I want to make certain of is that they have some phenomenal trainers in their gym. I want to make sure that they have people on board that are properly trained. They're not the ones on Instagram with the beautiful pictures, but they're actually ones that are very, very highly trained. They've moved people from a before picture to an after picture, and we have all those results. That's the job of an operations person. Hey, I have a process, I have a procedure. Here's the beginning, here's the end, here's the way we do it. Here's our process. So on the service side, with a lot of the customers that I'm working with, or that I want to work with, hey Justin, we have a process, procedure, we have a before and after, we have the reports, here's what we do, here's our process, here's all the different types of customers we can help. And if we can't do that, and we can't able to create the value, then it's why are we bringing on another customer? Because you're not going to keep them, or your salesperson is not going to be able to close on them because operationally you still have to figure things out. So back to the gym story, now this person has the perfect process, they have the perfect procedure. I'd want to work with them as a marketer or as a salesperson now because my job's going to be a lot easier. So I'm like, okay, so now we need to attract the right type of person. So now my marketing person is Susie. Susie is the marketer in our company. And so what Susie's going to do is she's going to create some videos, or she's going to have some testimonials of people when they first came in that were not happy, not in the best place of their life. And it might be a story or it might be a video. I like videos. But we can do this in all of our businesses. It's the before and after story. It's what we're all wanting to hear. Tell me what your success was. Tell me the whole story. It's like an interview. So now that story is going to run on Instagram. Now that story is going to run on Facebook. Or it's going to run on a Google ad. So all of our happy and satisfied customers are all being shown out there on the web. They're happy now. They got exactly what they wanted. So now that job is going to be really, really easy for the salesperson. So imagine being in an office. Now Susie's going to come over. It's just this easy. She's going to bring over a piece of paper on my desk and says, hey, I got you next person to talk to. I'm like, wow, this is so cool. Because you know what I have now? I have a good visual that I know what operationally is being done. In our system, I know it works. I'm already sold on it as a salesperson. I also know how good our marketer is. Susie's phenomenal. She's doing a phenomenal job. She's telling the story of how we're helping people. She puts that lead on my desk. I don't have to worry too much. You remember the pain I talked about, cutting, digging in that dirt? I don't have to worry about that so much. Now, I have one job. Visually, Susie's already created the wound. She's already created and identified the pain. She has Mary is my new person to talk to. So when I get on the phone call with Mary, it's going to be so easy now. Why? Why now? Why? Why wait for 30 days? Why wait for 7 days? My job as a salesperson in any industry, in anything that I ever do, is always why today? Why are we waiting? Why? Those type of things. It's all on timeline. It's urgency. Well, really? Wow, I don't understand. Why would you want to wait on this? I guess I'm not understanding something, because you sound like you wanted to change this part of your life, and I'm 43. I work out every day. I don't understand. Like, when are you going to decide to make the same changes? Like, when are you going to decide to change your life? Like, what? Like, why are you thinking that maybe you could just start this out in another 7 days? I guess I don't understand, because I thought you were ready right now. So our job in sales is to create a sense of urgency. That is the job of a salesperson. Urgency. And as long as operations is doing what they need to do first and foremost, then marketing can be able to create the story that's needed. And then sales can be able to dig in to that urgency to make it happen today. I have a solution for you today. I have pricing for you today. We have the game plan of how this all works today. You've seen it. You know it works. Why are you not going to come on board with us today? There you go. That's it. That's all we've got to do. But if you need any help, sales, marketing, operations, you have questions, you have concerns, please hit me up. Please direct message me. I think a lot of us need to always be a lot more open-minded to different ways of analyzing and looking at things, especially when a lot of the times we're looking at it and just to find things, we're like, hey, it really is a marketing problem, or it really is a sales problem, and really it's not. You don't have a sales problem. You don't have a marketing problem. Sometimes you have an operational problem, or sometimes you do. You have a great operations, but your marketing sucks. But most time it's not sales. It's not sales. So stop blaming your sales team saying, hey, they just can't sell good. That's incorrect. Take care.